When Ethan married Laura, he believed he had found the woman of his dreams. They had built their life from scratch, a small home, shared savings, and endless plans for the future. Laura had recently landed a high-paying job at a corporate firm, working directly under a confident and charming CEO named Victor Hayes. Ethan was proud of her success, often telling friends how lucky he was to have such a driven and talented wife. But behind that pride, he never imagined her ambition would take a dark turn. It started with subtle changes. Laura began dressing differently for work, sharper suits, expensive perfume, and late nights at the office. Ethan thought she was simply trying to impress her boss and move up the ladder. But the distance between them grew. Their dinners became silent, her laughter at home faded, and she guarded her phone like a secret diary. Ethan brushed it off as work stress, never wanting to seem insecure or controlling. One Friday evening, Laura claimed she had to attend an urgent business dinner. Ethan nodded, smiling, though a strange feeling gnawed at him. Hours passed, and midnight came. She still wasn't home. When he called, her phone went straight to voicemail. That was the night Ethan's trust began to crumble. The next morning, Laura acted normal, saying the dinner had gone late. Ethan noticed the faint smell of cologne on her jacket, not his, not hers. Something inside him broke, but he said nothing. He needed truth, not suspicion. Over the next few weeks, he began paying quiet attention, noting her patterns, her stories, the way her tone changed when she mentioned Victor. One afternoon, fate handed him a clue. Laura left her laptop open while rushing to a shower. A message notification popped up on the screen. Ethan's eyes froze on the preview. Last night was amazing. Can't wait to see you again, V. His heart raced, but he didn't react. Instead, he took a deep breath and made a plan. He decided not to confront her yet. Instead, Ethan spent the next few days gathering proof. He installed a discreet tracking app on her car and checked her work schedule online. Within a week, everything became clear. Laura wasn't working late. She was meeting Victor at a private suite downtown, every Thursday night. Ethan's heartbreak turned into calm determination. He decided her betrayal deserved a response, not an argument. So he played the long game. He pretended everything was normal, even suggesting they host a dinner party to celebrate her success at work. Laura, thrilled by the attention, agreed instantly. A week later, the guests arrived, a mix of their close friends, a few colleagues, and even Victor himself, whom Ethan had personally invited. Laura looked radiant, unaware that the walls were closing in. As the evening went on, laughter filled the air, and Victor looked too comfortable for someone's boss. Ethan waited patiently until everyone had eaten and relaxed. Then, Ethan raised his glass. "I want to make a toast," he said, smiling. The room fell silent. "To my wife, Laura, the most hard-working woman I know. And to her boss, Victor, thank you for giving her so many late-night opportunities." His tone sharpened just enough to draw puzzled looks. Laura froze, her smile fading. Ethan continued, "You see, I've learned that loyalty isn't just about what you say, it's about what you do when no one's watching." He turned on the TV behind him, where a hidden camera feed from the hotel room played silently. Laura and Victor entering together, undeniable. Gasps filled the room. Victor's face went pale. Laura stammered, trying to explain, but Ethan cut her off. "No need, Laura. I already sent copies of the footage to HR and your company's board. You might want to check your email before you start packing." Victor stood up and left without a word, his career likely shattered. Laura's tears came too late. Ethan looked at her one last time and said softly, "You destroyed our marriage for a few nights of excitement. I hope it was worth everything you lost." Then he walked out, leaving her surrounded by shocked guests and the ruins of her reputation. Weeks later, Ethan filed for divorce. Word spread fast. Victor was fired, and Laura's career collapsed under scandal. Ethan, meanwhile, moved to a new city, found peace, and started over. He didn't celebrate her downfall. He simply found freedom in truth. Sometimes, revenge isn't about anger or hate. It's about letting a liar choke on the weight of their own choices. And that's exactly what Ethan did. He let the truth destroy her far better than he ever could. In the end, Laura learned the hardest lesson of all. Betrayal may give temporary thrills, but truth always collects its due. And Ethan? He walked away, not broken, but reborn.